I am enjoying a milkshake, and I don't believe the stream is live yet. Oh, crap, it is. Um, Yo, let me just take a quick look. I think my my audio might be a little loud because Steam likes to mess around with these things. That is quite hot. Okay. I am so sorry to be slurping directly into the mic. Okay, actually, I think this. Hello, Mingo Duck. How are you doing? I actually think this might be a little too quiet, so we'll try and split the difference. And this seems like an acceptable level. As always, if people can respectfully let me know if things are off, I will try and fix them as best as I can. Hello, T. Clark. It has been a while. How have you been? I've screwed up my paradox plans lately, and I feel bad about that. Just give me a quick second here. I am actually really interested in doing more. Oh, let me just make sure my alerts are up. I'm actually really interested in doing more Stellaris, and we left at an interesting place that I want to get back to. The reason why there have been some breaks in the Stellaris streams, they're all purely unintentional, which sucks because I've got some things that are going to be coming up soon. So basically what's happened, I did want to, hey, Johnny Big Time, how you doing, my friend? There's a message for you in Discord, nothing critical, but I want to try and, well, you know what, better we leave it to private messages. Guys, I will give a shout out to Johnny Big Time properly. If you are not watching him yet, please hit that follow button right away. If you need convincing, you'll hear it in the shout out. But honestly, this guy is a must watch. If you had to choose between following CPO Williams, long time no see, my friend. What a wonderful surprise to see that name on the sub button. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're in chat. Let me get a chance to say some proper, a proper thank you there. You guys have been very generous with the subs, by the way. I know I don't have any icons. I don't have any chat icons yet. I did talk to somebody about getting them done, but I believe they are quite busy, so I don't know when they will be there. It is something I have started work with, though. But yeah, I mean, I'll go so far with Johnny Big Time. If you had to pick between me and him, and of course it's not a zero-sum game, Johnny would be the one to follow. He is one of the most consistent streamers I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen him do a bad stream. And he actually killed it in XCOM Enemy Unknown. Can't watch, but you're keeping that sub going because I deserve it. CPO Williams, I mean, as you pointed out, 4 months in a row, that is incredible, and thank you so much. Obviously, with the change in the time zones, it's not always worked out for us, but that is such a great thing that you're doing. I hope you are well. Never hesitate to drop me a line. We'll catch up, and I don't know, maybe we'll get some Paradox games in or something like that. But thank you so much. You have no idea what that means to me, especially because I know the value that you get out of the sub is not the same as everybody else. So excellent. Let us know when you're streaming again too. I'll drop you a host. Anyways, so speaking of Paradox stuff, basically I wanted to do something different one night. I really wanted to do Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, so I did that. And obviously this Monday I couldn't work things out. I was working on, it was actually something special for Johnny. So Johnny, if you want to know why I skipped my cast on Monday, it was that thing I sent you. Absolutely worth every second. And I'm going to be doing some more of that for me, which means you guys will get the benefit of it. And then something came up which I will be beginning on Monday, and you guys get to benefit from this. Something really bad happened to somebody, and I want to try and address it in a unique and fun way. Rambler 146, thank you very much for that auto host. So I'm going to be doing a special event on Monday, and it might also extend beyond Monday to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's coming up. And I've got at least one other person who's helping me out with it. So I think you guys are going to really like what I've got coming up. Today and Friday will be more XCOM. We'll see if we can get through this in time. But yeah, there's going to be some unexpected but hopefully very fun things coming up on the cast as early as next week. And you know what? We've got a fairly healthy population in here. So let me take a minute and I'm going to tab out one more time. I will let you all know about the wonderful Johnny Big Time. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably already know him. But he always is worth a shout out. Johnny has been... There's a couple things that I really like about Johnny. As I said before, he does a fantastic job of just keeping consistent on his entertainment. He is... I don't actually say who on the rankings is in what position. I do have a ranking in terms of priorities for hosts. I keep that private. Even Jess doesn't know it. But I will definitely tell you that Johnny is high up, definitely a candidate for number one. And one of the reasons for that is it's not just that I personally really enjoy his cast, but that's a big thing. But one of the things that I try to do with my host, as you know, whenever I do a shout out, whenever I do a host, I try to give you a reason to watch. And especially with a host, I can remember a time when I hosted somebody who was playing League of Legends and he just wound up saying just blatantly racist stuff, like anti-Semitic, Zionist conspiracy, like... I was mortified by it because he was like super nice to me when I'd come into the cast. He seemed a little out there, but a solid guy, definitely interested in having a unique take on things. And he was obviously high or something like that, but he was just letting out some pretty repellent views. And I was flabbergasted. I could not believe what I was hearing. So I've always tried to be careful in terms of the hosts that I give. But yeah, so what I'm telling you is that Johnny Big Time is definitely better than an anti-Semite. But no, even before then, but especially after that, I have taken it very seriously that somebody I host is as much a reflection of myself as it is, the person who's there. Now, I'm obviously not responsible for what other people say, right? But to me, if we're having a good time, if I'm, sending the cast off to people, I want to make sure that it's either, at my level or a little bit above, or just generally, the good feeling or the, basically things can go on, right? I don't want to leave on a high note and then send you off to somebody who'll be a bit of a drag. That's why there's some streamers who I really like them as people, but I don't normally host them. Although the bigger reason on that usually is that I'm just not able to, make the time work out. But all of this is to say, one of the reasons why Johnny is high on the list, and I think should be high on anybody's list, is he's one of the most consistent streamers that I've ever seen. I know when I stop by Johnny Big Time's channel, it's going to be some of the most fun that I have on Twitch. And he definitely has better casts and worse casts. And actually the ones where he's not having a good time are usually the best casts that he does. But he truly is. I've never seen him put on a bad cast. As I said before, or I didn't say this time around, but as I've said before, he's one of the most clippable casters that I know. And he's one of these people who it's if I knew I were to be off for an extended period of time, I would feel very safe putting him on a high priority auto host. Or if it was if I was running a channel and I knew I needed to have regular content at regular updates, I would absolutely get him to come in and pitch hit on the channel just because he's that good and he continues to innovate. He continues to do new things on his cast. He's done things from trying to do like franchise playthroughs. He's got like a special co-host that he brings out now called Cookie. I mean, he really does it all, and he's just continued to grow and develop as a caster. He's been somebody who, I um like the chance that I had to miss him, like where our paths crossed was a really narrow period of time, and like just adjust it by a month or two and I might never have known of his existence. And while I'm not crazy about that period of time, like I'm really glad that I got to meet Johnny, because he's one of the people who has contributed a lot to my cast. He's a blast to have in chat. He is a he's somebody who's really taken a lot of effort to shout me out and make me feel like a million bucks whenever I visit his cast. But I'll be honest with you too. Like when I had a very dear friend stop by, and like we were hanging out in the apartment, just kind of, it's like one of those points where it's like you don't want to go out, but like you're not really gonna, like you don't want to commit to anything crazy, but you don't want to be bored either. So like we started, just kind of playing around on the internet. I was like, oh, have you seen this one Johnny clip? It's like, no, we haven't. Like, so, they know who Johnny is as well. So like we turned that on and watched and had a good laugh. It was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, there's this other one. And I kid you not, like it was like just a quick start off with like a moment of like, oh hey, here's a funny clip from Johnny, and like just I think it must have been like half an hour to like 45. It might have even been an hour. Like we just got sucked down this black hole, and like we were just in stitches. Like we're both crying. Looking at his stuff. So like this is one of the things for me. It's like there's a lot of people who I really like on Twitch. There's a lot of people who I consider to be friends, or I consider to be really nice people who I want to encourage you to watch. But Johnny has that really special designation of he is somebody that I've actually sat down and watched his stuff with a friend, and it was just, that evening was better, and it was like a moment that I shared, and it's kind of like one of these things. Yeah, I remember when we did that, and it was just purely based on his content, and that is the thing that's normally reserved for like really good movies. So again, if you guys have not checked him out, or if you're getting a little bit of like shout out fatigue, like Johnny really is. He gets a special shout on his own for a reason. He is definitely one of the people who I think makes Twitch better for me. And I hope you guys get a chance to experience it too. Well, I'm glad the hurricane hit Florida, Mingo Duck. Am I allowed to say that? Okay, so for those of you who weren't here last week, we took out the Exalt base. We still need to capture an outsider. But we're generally in pretty good shape. We're a little short on money, but that's because I sort of went crazy and just built a little bit of everything. So I think what we're going to do here is just... oh, that's right. We took down a UFO, so we'll send the Sky Ranger. It is the least I could do, Johnny Big Time. I really do mean it when I say you're definitely somebody who I like watching a lot. All right. So the idea here is I'm getting some kernels and all of that, and what I want to do is I want to work out a little bit of a composition of like training, but not to the point that actually we want Titan on this guy. Oh yeah, this is tricky. I'll still go for the scatter. I don't know what the plasma equivalent for the shotgun is. I think I will give him the arc thrower. Run and gun might be good on that. I'm just taking a minute here to think through how I'm gonna build this. I'm definitely pushing it a bit on recruits. So, um, we'll bring in a higher level support. I like that weapon a lot. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna at least bring in one more mech trooper. We'll send Juanita. Let's see how the railgun works. Is Wolf still alive? Yep. Wolf is now a colonel, so I'm not bringing Wolf on missions just because there's no more experience they can get. So I can bring a I guess I'll bring another assault. This is a weird composition, but I'll work with it. I don't know about you, Johnny Big Time, but I don't think you're the one who's responsible for I screwed that up. All right.
You'll be heading into Japan for the next mission. The UFO came down in a sparsely populated area away from any major population centers. We can secure the site with limited danger to the civilians in the area.
Sorry guys, I'm still finishing a bit of dinner. XCOM interceptors have splashed down a UFO. Intel indicates some surviving crew. Meld energy signature readings are positive. Exercise caution when engaging the enemy. The craft may contain usable salvage. Locate the crashed UFO, sweep the area for surviving crew, and neutralize them. Locate and secure the meld canisters. Avoid additional damage to the craft if possible, and some components may be recoverable. I will say, Johnny, the biggest reason you need to do enemy within, other than that thing I sent you.
Affirmative, Big Sky. Strike 1 is free to engage hostile targets at the crash site.
One of the biggest reasons is just I really want to see how you react to getting mech troopers. Incidentally, for those of you who haven't played XCOM yet, what rock have you been living under? And number two, if you have the DLC, which is Enemy Within, it is kind of the definitive XCOM experience at this point. Like, I don't know if there's any benefit to playing the base game and then going to the DLC. Obviously, it gives you more chances to play this wonderful game. I don't care what Johnny says. But, alright, so the real question here is how greedy do I want to be?
Moving out.
Okay, cool. We didn't trigger anyone, so try and get as many people behind. You got to see me punch an alien to death, right? That's not on your bucket list, is it? Incidentally, Johnny or anybody who's played this, I know I normally don't care for like backseating stuff, but this is more of like a kind of a quality of life question.
Time to motor.
Is there a excuse me, plasma equivalent to the shotgun, or is there just a point where you equip all your guys with like plasma rifles? I don't really know about this choice. Amazing. I thought I was gonna detect something for that. This is just to save me the effort of going through the dark again. All right. Problem is there's not a lot of good cover spots for this lady. So what we're going to do, I'm going to run my mech kind of up the middle like this. This is... Ooh, all right. That was mostly to try and tease out where any enemies might be. I have half a mind to wind up on some slightly better ground. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to have any available shots at the enemies. So we'll save that for the end. And I think for the rest of it, I'm just going to move my team up as quickly as I can. Again, I don't want to do any moves that result in people not being in cover. But I'm trying to get the meld as quickly as I can without putting anybody in danger.
Time to motor.
So my big risk on this next move I'm going to make is that I'm probably going to uncover some enemies, and I'm not going to be in a good position to counterattack. There's another step up from the red laser one. Okay, cool. Thank you, Johnny. You know what? We'll just run into it. Okay, so I'm going to use this opportunity to try and get my sniper into a better position. So the question is, do I want to try and go for even higher ground up here, or do I want... I think I'm going to try and go for proximity.
Contact.
Damn it! That is the worst possible place I could have found stuff. Well, it's gonna get exciting.
They got me flanked.
Okay, so priority number one is I need to take out the little green man offering the shield. I'll probably be able to eat a bit of the Overwatch on this. I'm not going to bother wasting the assault on this.
Enemy fire here.
All right, that's a 54% chance. The rest of my plan sort of is contingent on this guy dying, so I'm going to blow a grenade on this. So now we're going to contend with the rest of the aliens. I think on this one...
I'm rolling.
Oh, I thought I was going to be able to hit the... I thought I was going to be able to hit the sectoid up here. This one might be a good run and gun situation. But again, I really do need to take out the... I really do need to take out the sectoid before I do anything else, so... Alright. So step number one, I want to get the aiming bonus. I mean, this guy should also have heat ammo. Beautiful. So he should be pretty good at taking that thing down. Let's see what I can do. So 60% there. Only 51 on the alien. Decisions. All right. I'm basically going to leave this guy right out in the open to try and get a good flank on the alien. And the question is, so it's a 74 versus a 70. So clearly the shotgun's the way to go here. Okay. So the rest of this now is dedicated to taking out the taking out this mech. If I don't do that, then oh sweet. Well, I do kind of want to give this character a promotion, so say goodnight. Hello, Princess Nami. Run and gun is one of my favorite abilities, Johnny. I'm glad we're on the same page on that. All right. I've already left one person out in the open, so there's not a major advantage to me going behind cover, but I do kind of want to... I don't want to get too reckless with people, so... I think I am going to save here just for simplicity. Obviously, the funny thing is that my number of paranoid saves has increased despite the fact that I'm actually doing quite well on all these missions. But, I don't know. I've just gotten used to it, to be honest. Alright.
On the move.
Problem is this guy is a shotgunner, so there's not a whole lot that he can accomplish. I think what I'm going to do is rather than try to do any big plays, I'm just going to run my team up. I'm going to go for some overwatches for people who, well, okay, I'm going to put a... See, the problem with this is I've got some people who are standing out in the open, and by moving up like this, I could potentially put them at risk by finding stuff waiting for them in the ship. But what I'm going to do here is basically set up a bunch of overwatches. I'm not so sure about this spot, but I'm going to go for it. Again, I'm trying to get some shots where I can with my sniper. But yeah, I kind of want to consolidate my team where I can. And in this case, I think we'll just overwatch with the railgun. Problem is, each time I delay a turn like this, it means that the other meld might be lost. But, okay, so we know there's another meld waiting on the other side. We'll try and get this guy in as close as we can. This is a dangerous spot to move him. But it did give us some pretty good intelligence on what's going on inside the ship, so I'm going to use what I'll call a blue move. This is again just to get some vision on what's going on inside the ship. The second move will be to try and gain any advantage that I can. Should be relatively safe. So we'll see what the support can do. Support actually has some fairly decent positions. I am a little tempted, like looking at this, I am a little tempted to sort of enter in this way. But given that I know there is meld sitting somewhere, oh, it's sitting right there. I hate the fact that I'm doing this move, but I'm going for it. I am being a little greedy with that meld and just I'm trying to grab what I can. Anyways, now that we know it's clear inside there, I'm basically just going to move my squad up as close as I can.
Stepping off.
Sniper is a little bit of a conundrum, but I think...
Rolling out.
I mean, the big danger there is that there's a left side flank that happens to my my sniper. They definitely don't have any good shots on the inside of the ship, but I mean, we're just gonna have to live with that, honestly. It's okay, the game will only punish you with 5 misses in a row and 5 mutoids. One can only hope, Johnny. I'm going to save just because obviously there's going to be some action. And more importantly, too, it's kind of interesting. So I'm obviously going to have different waves of my units coming in, which is going to present its own sort of unique set of challenges. So, okay, that scares the crap out of me that there's nothing, nothing that happened in response to that. Again, the aim here is I'm going to try and rush everybody into... Oh, actually, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to have 2 teams... Yeah, this thing could blow up in my face, but I actually want to see what happens if I do 2 teams.
Solid copy, Commander.
Location confirmed.
So the logic here is that any engagement that happens, the aliens are not going to be able to just sort of hide behind cover here because I'm going to have 2 people covering them. But I better be sure that my guys are going to be able to handle this, because what I am doing is I'm basically leaving them out. I'm splitting my team up into 2, assuming that I'm only going to take on 1 group of aliens, which is a really bad assumption. Usually when something like that happens, you're going to have to deal with multiple groups. I think we'll set up an Overwatch here. And the final question, what do I want to do with my sniper? I mean, if I move this guy any further, I really am just setting myself up for crashing disappointment.
Time to motor.
So, problem is, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of good shots on the inside of the alien craft. Oh, shit.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Oh. I hope to God that they did not see that sniper. This sucks hard that I need to do this with them, but I am...
Roger, Dodger. Hostile spotted.
Fuck. That really blew it. Okay. Well, I'm going to double down on my mistake. I'm going to get the meld first. The question is, do I want to run and gun for it? Let's see what happens. Okay, we definitely have enough time to pursue the meld another turn, so I'll set up here. I mean, really what I need to do now, so one of the challenges that I potentially run into when I play games like this is I say, oh, I had this one plan in mind and it didn't work out, but I'm going to stick to the plan and see what happens. The fact of the matter is the enemy is no longer in the spot where I thought they would be. They're in a different position. They're coming from a different area, and I need to adapt to that rather than just say, okay, well, clearly the answer here is to trigger more enemies and get more, and basically bring more trouble in. So this means that some people are going to be out of action, but what I'm doing instead is I'm going to use the opportunity to try and consolidate my troops in a slightly, I guess a slightly less obvious way. Like I'm basically going to take sort of these free movements. Obviously the heavy mechs are going to be able to do some stuff to my my guys, but I'm going to cluster my guys up in the front of the ship, and we'll be able to deal with them kind of as the situation dictates. So we've got the meld now, so I'm gonna save that. Plenty of time. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna deal with the nasty things that we just discovered. Chances are a bunch of them are in Overwatches, so I'm gonna want to send my assault in first if I send anybody. But if I can get some high ground, that would be peachy too. Okay. The other one, of course, is my my mech.
On the move.
So my mech doesn't need to worry about cover. I can sometimes use them as a set of eyes. What about my
On my way.
scout? Not crazy about putting my heavy here because they're open on this angle. I can't run and gun them, unfortunately. This is going to be a pretty bold one that I try, but I'm going to put them behind the heavy cover here. Again, I'm mostly looking for vision on this. And I think I'm going to set everybody up on some overwatches. There is a risk that I'm going to get taken from the top here, but again, it's a little bit about using the information that I have right now rather than trying to anticipate any particular move on the part of the enemies. And I have all the meld. I also need to consolidate my team, so I have every incentive to do this slowly because the game hasn't given me any reasons to be fast now. Alright, so that's going to be tough on my sniper, I think. Or not. Alright, that's going to be a hard target to hit, I think. Alright, so my sniper's definitely in a vulnerable position. The question is, do I want to move them... See, anywhere they go, they can potentially get flanked. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up in preparation for the next place they'll likely be needed. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the... Oh, the heavy's got such a good shot, though. All right, I think we're going to go for this one just because they're flanked. And apparently they don't have the holographic targeting, which is a damn shame. Oh, well. I should have thought that through. Because now what I've done is I've lost a good position for one of my other troops, as well as... Moving to position. Do I want to move... You know what? I already have the information that I need, so we're going to set them up on Overwatch. All right, have a good one, Mingo Duck. Thanks a lot for stopping by, as always. There's no reason to have this guy out behind cover. So let's see how this railgun performs. It does not. I have a feeling this is going to be a rather painful counterattack. I think this will have to do. They do get squad sight, so that's important.
Heading to that location.
Now, they're not going to be able to shoot from this position, but I actually want them to have a credible threat. If this thing tries to get a better position, I want to punish them for that.
Watch the sides.
Well. I'm really surprised that that doesn't count as a flank. Well, I think we're going to go all in on this. The question that I really have here is, what is the best position for this character to engage that will give them a flank? Honestly, just this. Now, obviously, I'm making a big bet that this thing's going to get taken down this turn. A bet that paid off. Okay, so we're gonna prep for an engagement by opening this door. I'm gonna do basically blue moves where I can, just to load people, let people do their reloads. There might be some sense in me posting another agent on the other side of that door, but the question is, I'm not sure the time investment is worth it. I may want to consider, however, so I've run into this map before. There might be some logic in posting some people here, because basically there's this room, which is pretty closed off. There's this room. Almost always there's something that hides behind this computer console. So like, when you think about it, this isn't a really logical place because we've already explored all this area. There wasn't a whole lot waiting for us. Having access to this place is really important, so I want to make sure that my guys with run and gun are basically able to run through this door and do what they can. As for the rest of it, the best scenario is if these doors remain closed and I can deal with the enemies one at a time, but I don't always get to pick those battles, so... I may regret going so aggressive on this move, but... When you say you never finished Enemy Unknown, does that mean... Oh, I forgot up the third one! Hello, Eyes of Sin. How are you doing?
They're starting to lose ground.
That was my big blunder. Alright. I'm also not in a good position to best reply to this, so... Oh dear. I hope you feel better soon, Sin. Guys, coming off of Johnny... Damn it. Coming off of Johnny Big Time shout out, I would be remiss if I didn't inform you about the lovely Miss Eyes of Sin. Oh, hang on. Oh, you know what? This is probably a second move, so this... Yeah. I blew it. Alright. I'm gonna keep the, run and gun guys in position. Eyes of Sin is another wonderful caster. She's somebody who has an older system, so I think is a caster after my own heart, in some ways, because she's definitely had to experience technological limitations like I have, and yet has been able to put on a really wonderful cast. Man, I really left my support out to dry. Sin has done a really wonderful job of getting first of all, a really supportive community. There are a lot of people in her channel that are there specifically for her. She's obviously made a lot of friends at TwitchCons, and basically has really kind of sort of lived this the kind of life that, you know, people want to be around her. People want to you know, hopefully, you know, if you rub her enough, then you get you get some of the fortune that she's had as a caster, or she's been, you know, she's able to you're able to gain some of her talent. But she really is a wonderful caster. She's got a very nice voice. She's a very kind personality, and I don't know. I can personally say she the way that she carries herself and the way that she's spoken to me. While I come off as an arrogant bastard most of the time, she's actually done quite a bit to sort of just give me a small confidence boost. And especially on a platform like Twitch, where there's no shortage of people to sort of tell you suck, it feels like sometimes. It's hard to overstate the value of that. I really think she's one of these people who casts have become better as a result of sort of her efforts. I forgot to give people a med kit. That was a really bad oversight on my part. Anyways, this person will be out of the action for a bit. But yeah, I think in ways that people won't necessarily recognize, I think a lot of casts have been made better for her presence, either as a fan or just as somebody who gave a kind word. And it was really wonderful to see that on top of all of these nice personality traits that she has, she really is a good caster in her own right. Okay. Oh, this is great. Okay, so the thing I need to be careful about is I don't want to kill this thing. That's the one rule. So I believe if I use the pistol, Ooh, I could potentially kill it. Well, let's give it a shot. Well, I am going to be a complete scumbag and save it. Damn it!
We need to capture one of these strange.
I want to capture this thing. This is the one problem I don't want to have in XCOM, which is
Not a single casualty among the entire squad. That takes.
I want to do less damage than what I have. Okay, electricity boy, let's see how good you are at doing this naturally. 34%, that's bullshit. Okay, if I shotgun this thing, yeah, it'll probably die. Oh, I know how to play this. Gotta get him out of the way. So, if I railgun him, it's gonna be a disaster. I'm sad to destroy so much useful stuff, but what's the minimum? Yeah. Gotta tenderize it a little bit.
Roger that. Nighty-night.
Excellent work. We'll begin analyzing this new artifact as soon as you return.
Operational objectives completed.
Yeah, so other than the clowny business, that was a pretty good round. This is the nice thing too, like even when I made a mistake, like this is the thing I like about the save. You have to be honest with yourself, but like if you don't reload every time something doesn't go your way, you have enough of a safety net to understand, okay, I understand I shouldn't do X, Y, or Z. Oop.
Is that all that's left of the specimen we attempted to capture?
Yes. I believe we may have found the source of the strange readings we picked up when we first encountered it.
What is it, Doctor?
We're not exactly sure. It's organic in nature, yet highly magnetized, and it appears to resonate very faintly within a specific electromagnetic spectrum. It is currently unclear how or...
And perhaps that's because this is outside your field of expertise, Doctor. If what you're saying is true, this object is an antenna. One that's receiving a signal.
That signal. Can we trace it?
No, at least not yet. We would first need to determine its encryption algorithm.
My team can handle that.
In that case, I will focus on constructing an interface between this object and our global communications array, which we'll need to trace the signal.
Then it looks like researching this crystal should be our top priority.
All right. So we also got the goal that we had in mind, which was to level up some of our troops. Regrettably, the Canadian didn't get his promotion, but okay. I really have one path that I like for my snipers. I hate to admit it, but I do prefer tactical sense for the assaults. And Juanita. Automated threat assessment confers 15 defense when in Overwatch. No point in doing that. Advanced fire control. Shots from Overwatch. Oh, I'm going for that for sure. Also the sideburns? Are you referring to the photo that I sent you, Eyes of Sin? Because Johnny's seen that photo. I think it's you, Johnny, and Jess are the ones who've seen that. Outsider Shard, Light Plasma Rifle, 3 Sectoid Corpses, 3 Heavy Floater Corpses, 30 Illyrium, 96 Alien Alloys, 17 Weapon Fragments, 40 Meld, 2 UFO Flight Computers, 2 Damaged UFO Flight Computers, 2 UFO Power Sources, damaged, 1 Outsider Shard, 1 Mechatoid Core, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. No. I don't have the sideburns. You've seen a more modern photo of me. Admittedly, it was, you know, I was sort of lying down, but like you've definitely seen a more modern photo of me, and I don't have those sideburns. But yeah, no, I have none of the facial hair that you saw on display in that photograph. I'm just gonna tab out for a quick second here because I have a question for Johnny. How you doing, Teddy? Good to see you again. Yeah. No, I tend not to do that. I mean, I work it for the government now too, and generally I actually find it's not nearly as like serious as what I think, you know, a position like that might imply. But I don't want to, I don't know, like I don't want to sort of mess with it. Okay. I have a feeling a certain special milady may come in, so how about we save it for that? Thank you for that, Mr. Big Time. Okay, this shard is all that is left of the outsider alien after it was stunned. Based on our interrogation of the alien captive, we know that the outsiders are the key to finding their base. We should begin research on this immediately. You can say no to that, by the way. I realize it's a creation that I made, but that is yours. So, okay, more stuff in the foundry is done. I don't really want to spend. I do eventually want to like spend the money on all this stuff, but I still want to augment my soldiers as well. So I'm gonna be in a bit of a savings position until we can do more stuff.
Tactical. Do we have an eagle over these coordinates?
Morning, Sam Sampson.
Recon satellite Delta 2 is just coming into line of sight now, sir. Coming on screen.
Nothing.
No, that's impossible. I know it's there.
Switch to thermal. Hello.
I've done this with a graph before.
Give me subsurface. Gotcha. Reestablish comms with all available ground.
Think of what we might find once we get inside that facility. Imagine what they might be doing down there.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Okay, we found it. Now how do we get inside?
I thought you'd never ask.
I know I've mentioned this before, but I believe in an early version of XCOM, Shen and Valen were married. Now, the models don't have the wedding rings anymore, but I believe some of the banter between them, like, it's not that they are two coworkers who hate each other, but it's more like they're a couple who have, like, been together for a while. I don't know, I like it.
Involved in creating these crystals, an organic machine capable of complex communications. We could spend years studying this technology.
I kind of like hearing the dialogue, knowing that that bit of background. All right, new objective: assault the alien base, build the skeleton key, and assault the alien base. Oh, Teddy, you like the accent. Analysis of the alien shard has revealed that it is indeed organic in nature, although not alive per se. Somehow it continues to resonate within a specific range of the electromagnetic spectrum. Despite several attempts at disabling the alien known as the Outsider, each was met with the same result, the target dematerializing within an instant, with no explanation for this phenomena. With no explanation for this phenomena, the research team was left with little to study in terms of the Outsider itself. However, Having now analyzed this shard, it seems that this may not be the case. In an effort to reduce any potential interference from known terrestrial signals, we have placed the shard into the harmonic dampening chamber, a device conceived by Dr. Shen. With outside noise brought to a minimum, it took little effort to detect a very distinct signal, the source of our shard's hum. While we have a number of theories, both the research and engineering teams seem to be in agreement. The shard itself is acting as some form of communications relay. Although purely speculative, we've also considered the possibility that the outsider itself is merely an extension of the shard and its function. Dr. Shen believes that with sufficient time, he may be able to develop a device or key that mimics the shard itself, giving us a means to locate the source of the signal. Hello, Joshy Man. How are you doing? New item available, Skeleton Key. This device is the culmination of our research into the shard recovered from the alien outsider. It should allow our troops to infiltrate the alien base and find out what's inside. Use the build buy item option in engineering to manufacture this item. Kilgore Trout! It is a very rare honor and privilege to see you in here, guys. I do not get a chance to shout out Kilgore when he's in the channel. You get to hear this a lot more often when I host him, but I have to let you know about this guy. I got to know Kilgore through GOG.com, which if you guys look down below, I do have an affiliate link with. I can't remember if he was part of the team that encouraged me to appear on there to do Alpha Centauri, or if I just happened to sort of run into him around the same time. But Kilgore is a wonderful classic game streamer. Now, he's not exclusively classic games. I have seen him do a couple more modern things. I mean, for instance, he did Max Payne 3, which is obviously getting a little older now. But Kilgore is a member of the GOG.com stream team. Between him and Pyron Jade, I have had just a tremendous welcome to that team. And I got a lot of encouragement, and I got just a wonderful time watching them. I get to see Kilgore a lot more than I get to see Pyron, because of course Pyron has her own life and she's in Germany. But Kilgore Trout, I found out as a fellow Canadian. We actually moved to the same province as him. He is somebody who just lives a love of gaming. Pretty much anything that you watch him play is fantastic. And one thing I didn't realize was how much time he dedicates to streaming. It feels like he actually casts every day, and the question is more, is he going to be casting on GOG or is he going to be casting on his own channel? I encourage you to follow both. I'm actually going to tab out really quick just so that you can see both of them here. We've got GOG.com. So this is where you will see Kilgore Trout along with a number of other streamers, some notable ones, Outstar Walker, Pyron Jade. Then there's some other people who kind of come on as guest casters, and obviously I'm giving short shrift to the regulars on there, but I think between Kilgore and Pyron, these are people who have really enhanced my cast. They've given me some wonderful feedback, and they've been really valued members of the community. But on top of that, I encourage you to follow him at his name. And the thing that's really great about Kilgore is that you get to watch the stuff that he plays. So you can watch the stuff that he plays on GOG, and you know that you can buy that on GOG.com. But he also, on his own casts, will be playing some of the stuff that he enjoyed playing when it first came out, or stuff he's always wanted to try. And the things that are not necessarily available on GOG.com, you'll still be able to watch. So for instance, Black and White he's been playing by Lionhead Studios. He has done an absolutely outstanding job with that, even when the game has not been treating him particularly well. I know he started off with a tiger when he wanted to do a non-violent playthrough. But again, if you guys want to know what a love of gaming looks like, you have to see Kilgore Trout. There is no higher recommendation I can give you to see why there are people who are still dedicated to seeing some of these older games. If you want to understand why games like XCOM get remakes and why people get disappointed when people just take the IP without being true to the core, Kilgore is your guy. A couple other things I want to mention about him. He's got an amazing movie collection, which he'll bring out for Movie Hype, but he also has Box Hype, and the stuff that he has been able to pull out is astonishing. So I can remember an old demo of a game that I played that interested me, but I never got to play the full thing, called Dark Legions, and sure enough, he just reaches off the camera. He's like, oh, you mean this game? And just out of nowhere, this obscure SSI strategy game by actually a Canadian developer, no less, although one who maybe doesn't have the best track record in modern day. Again, just absolutely fantastic guy. If you want to know, if you think you love games, watch Kilgore and you will find out what a complete poser you are. And again, on top of that, one of the nicest people that I've seen on Twitch, just a great fellow. I mean, probably one of the best personifications in terms of the GOG, sort of what that site is about. So I think they're very lucky to have him on their team. But again, you know, I always talk about GOG in terms of the fair price policy. He's Canadian, so there's exchange. You know, this dedication to making sure you have a quality product, that you're not just getting some dump of a, you know, of a classic game that may or may not work on your system, but it's actually something that's taken the time to get the experience as it was at the time. You get that on GOG, you don't get that on other platforms. And again, if you want to know why these classic games that have weird controls or why the graphics aren't 100% there, he'll cover all of it. Like, I remember when he was doing his Elder Scrolls playthrough, he's talking about, it's like, nobody thought that this thing looked photoreal. It's just that I mean, the thing about the Elder Scrolls game, even now, I mean, they're not the most visually impressive games, but you let your imagination run wild. And again, I think most of us are not at the point where we got to play, had an opportunity to play a lot of the stuff when it first came out. If you want to know what it was like, you have to watch Kilgore. He's an absolutely fantastic guy. So anyways. By the way, System Shock is a trolley moron using your name that freaks my channel. Yeah. Also, if you guys want to see I can only sustain this act about 3 times a week. So if you want to know what I'm actually like the rest of the time, you should visit Kilgore's channel to see how I behave. Kilgore, of course, actually, it's probably a good time to say this too. Kilgore always has the right to veto my behavior. Like, if he ever, I don't think he's ever had to say, it's like, could you just cool it for a bit? Obviously, you know, I do it in a spirit of fun, knowing that Kilgore knows how I actually feel. But I definitely have a tendency to let my Mr. Hyde pop out more often than not on the GOG channel and on the Kilgore channel. So if you want to see another side to me, that's another reason. Anyways, sorry about that. Alloy cannon. I think this is probably the one that's the fragment. The density of alien alloys we've been studying has precluded their use as ammunition. All of our experiments have resulted in the destruction of the weapon itself during firing tests. The alloys tear the barrel apart. However, we've devised a way to break the alloys into microshards, and to use the magnetic containment field derived from the alien plasma weapons should allow for their safe discharge. Okay, this is probably the shotgun.
I can only imagine what the aliens might be doing in an underground facility. Oh, actually, another tendency that I share with Kilgore Trout is my tendency to save quite often. All right. So I think in this situation,
Way to get into that base. I wonder what Dr. Shen has in mind.
I've got a hunch as to how we might get into that facility. Just give the word, and I'll begin manufacturing the key immediately.
I love how the
Potential applications for this sort of tech would have been limitless if the aliens had only come in peace.
I think I'm just gonna have to live with what we've got right now. I'm a little short on money. Oh, we can just straight up do the alien base assault. All right, well, let's I mean, I have to save before every mouse click. See, I never bought strategy guides. See, the real question here is, do I want to bring the A team or do I want to bring... I think we'll risk. We'll bring the almost A team. Oh, nope. Let's bring... I have like a mid-range assault. I want somebody who's not a colonel so I can at least get them... Yeah, that'll do. I am also going to bring somebody with a... I'm going to bring somebody who's got the capacity for stunning. Chalk isn't actually trolly ass. He just has a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of thing going on. He's a weird troll. Wherever the Wi-Fi is at its peak or whatever, he flexes his shirt off and starts memeing terribly. I've never seen the A-Team. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not ready to go into any crazy business like that. I think I'm going to put primarily Titan armor on my people because I suspect if we're going in an underground lair, we're not going to have too many opportunities to do anything too savory. And again, hopefully we'll get a few people, hopefully we'll turn a few people into colonels off of this, but... And she is a medic, so... Well, I could make her medic and arc thrower. Actually, that's not the smartest decision I could make. The problem that I have with that is that if she goes down, then I lose both my ability to heal as well as stun, so... Alright, do I have any snipers that need some training? Daniela Hernandez. Okay, so I think I'll take another support. Hopefully somebody with sprinters so that I can take advantage. Ah, Anastasia. And I feel obligated to bring the punchy mech, so... one of these, and one of these. He's a fun troll. Yeah, well, that's the most important thing. Like, I would be lying if I said I didn't like winding people up, but I think there's a pretty consistent pattern of, like... So if you guys actually want to know really where a lot of this stuff comes from, there is a very strong tendency on the internet for people to, like, there's just a class of person that just cannot stand people being wrong on the internet. Like, they will fall over themselves to correct people. And one of the things that I love the most is the second that you make, even if you make, actually Johnny's experienced this. So, like, he can be playing Demon Souls, and I say something like, oh man, this game's just a clone of Dark Souls. Like, From Software should totally sue these assholes. Any sane person will know that nobody could say this without knowing the relationship of From Software with the Souls series. And, like, it could be Bloodborne, it could be anything. Like, everybody knows it's the same developer. But there's two people. There's either, like, one, oh my god, you are being such an ass, just shut up. And at that point, I shut up. And then there's the kind of person who's like, they're the same developer, oh my god, don't you know anything? And that's when I get to aggressive ignorance, at least in Johnny's chat. And I'm like, hello, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, one you fight the dark, the other one you fight the demons, there's a difference. And, like, Johnny will just be laughing his ass off, like, you know, it's like, why don't you people get this? But
research and some clever developments done in engineering. This skeleton key should allow you to breach the alien compound. We've only got one chance to make this work, though, so let's make sure we do it right.
It's like saying checkers is a ripoff of chess. Yeah, they just flattened the textures. It's like a cheap knockoff of chess. Really what it is, though, checkers is probably just a ripoff of backgammon. I mean, they took the exact same models, made the board square. You can't fool me. We gained access to the alien base by means of the skeleton key. Use extreme caution. Analysis indicates the presence of a large combined enemy contingent. This mission cannot be aborted. So penetrate the base's defenses, neutralize all invader forces, identify and capture the base commander if possible. Reminds me of my first date. Everyone knows that checkers was Nixon's dog. See, Kilgore knows this game. My favorite was, I'd said something to the effect, I can't remember which one it was.
Knows what they're doing to these people. All the more reason to blow them to hell. Get moving.
So far, we don't have visual confirmation on the hostiles. Wouldn't get too comfortable, though. We're expecting heavy resistance. They're probably moving into position as we speak.
I can't remember exactly what game it was, but basically I made like the gaming equivalent to the Alfred North Whitehead comment, like his remark, all philosophy is a footnote to Plato. And I'd said something to the effect of like, all gaming is a footnote to like something or other. And like Kilgore picked that up right away. He said something. So he's like, what Bertrand Russell just said said to that. It's a bunch of hooey, and you can shut up. This is one of the reasons I really like Kilgore's channel, is that like he is, and actually this is the other thing too, right? Because like Twitch, there's no way I can say this without sounding like an elitist ass. So I'm just going to put it on the line, like. There is a class of streamer who basically just thinks that all that this is you turn on, a camera and you talk.
It looks like we found where they've been taking the abductees, but that still doesn't explain what the purpose of all this is.
I don't know why I did that. I just made life very difficult for myself. Okay. But yeah, there's definitely like, there's a tendency for a class of streamer to just kind of like, I don't know,
On my way.
just think it's all a matter of like, oh, okay, well, you just run in and, you turn on a game and you say some stuff and people like throw money at you. But I think the reality of it is like, you have to say something. Like, it's why, when I shout out people like Johnny Big Time and Kilgore and that, like, it's because they really do add something. And like, when I say a stupid comment, which like has a reference to Western philosophy, like Kilgore has enough life experience and like just understanding of the world to be able to like throw that right back at me. And it makes chat fun. Like, I mean, I don't know his educational background. Like, maybe he's like he could be a philosopher himself, and I'm just some punk. But this is the sort of stuff that I really like. The reason why I shout out people like Kilgore and Johnny and that is that it is really more than just saying dumb stuff and like getting a reaction from people. Like, Twitch streaming is there's an art to it in terms of like keeping engaged with an audience and knowing that people have different life experiences that, I don't know, like they bring to the table. And I think the people who are good at Twitch, the people who are good at that kind of audience interaction are ones who are able to pick up on that, sort of detect it. Oh, I made a mistake. I put everybody too close. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's to kill her cover. That's a smart move. What they should have done was they should have done that at the start, and then they would have gotten a free shot on my guy. Okay, this is gonna get a little savory. I think I'm gonna go aggressive on this, and we'll see what magic I can perform. I am really tempted to go for the run and gun, but we'll see how the rest of this round goes. Sadly, I don't have any other place. Okay, so we're gonna. I dig a rock at Paper Mario. See, I have to save for this because I don't think I'm going to be able to reach with my punch. Half the fun of casting is chatting with the audience and playing off the things that they say, interacting with those watching, and maybe opening yourself a bit to some lighthearted. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's the other thing. You can't take yourself too seriously when you're casting. Aww. Not long enough. First time I've heard that complaint.
Looks like we found where they've been taking the abductees, but that still doesn't explain what the purpose of all this is.
I agree, Kilgore. It's I'll go for it. It feels like a little bit of a waste, but let's see if we can do something. Okay, so I get anything I want with my... See, I wanted to like run and gun and just like completely take everything out, but I think that's really optimistic about what I can achieve this round. So, well, let's see. I'm gonna go for like a super reckless play and see if I can. That's a 51. If I do the electro pulse, no, that's not enough. Let's try it. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw everyone out to... I'm going to throw everyone out of cover. I don't think this is the right play. I don't have anything else I can do with them though, so... We have got a lovely Jessie Quill raid coming in, guys. Okay, so I'm taking a big chance here. This will probably not turn out, but... Why can I not do the double fire? That's a big problem. Yeah, actually, there's no recovery from that, so I should be able to get a double shot. All right, Jessie Quill, welcome to the channel.
It looks like we found where they've been taking the abductees, but that still doesn't explain what the purpose of all this is.
Thank you, Bay Design. I'm actually going to take a quick minute here, and because Jessie Quill is coming in with a raid, I'm sorry the notice didn't fire off, but Jessie Quill is a very dear friend of mine, and she's helped me a lot with some. She's helped me a lot with some animation style projects in the past. If you guys haven't seen the clip that we did for Full Throttle, Jess was the one who helped me out with that animation. It was very much appreciated. She did a wonderful job on it. But I did a little something. I'm gonna say, I'll say it right now. This was for Johnny Big Time. But I have reimagined the introduction for XCOM Enemy Within. So for those of you who have not played XCOM Enemy Within before, I figured I'll treat you to the opening of the game. And for those of you who've seen it before, there's a little something extra in there. So this will be XCOM Enemy Within, the opening cutscene.
light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project.
Are you on drugs?
You have been chosen to lead this initiative.
What the fuck?
To oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Do you remember when you were playing the game and you were like shooting aliens? Do you remember that? Like, do you remember when you were playing this game and you were shooting aliens and like you were hitting them and you were having a good time? You remember that? Well, fuck that now. We're coming at you hard with these giant fucking guys. And that's it. You're not, don't even look at them. Just sit there and take it.
If you guys are looking for more gameplay like that, that is Johnny Big Time. He is, I'm not kidding when I say he is one of the most clippable streamers I've ever encountered. This has nothing to do with Jessie Quill, by the way, but I did want to wait until her channel was in there for the maximum impact. Thank you very much for Johnny being a good sport about this, because obviously I was really looking forward to being able to share that with you guys, but it's also, you know, he might have wanted to show that to his own cast before I spilled the beans. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making that. That's actually the reason why I didn't cast on Monday, was to do that, and I hope you guys thought it was worthwhile. Now, I don't think a lot of you will need much introduction to Jessie Quill. She is one of my dearest friends. She is a great, a great patron of this cast. She's really done a... Oh, damn it. I thought that was the heavy. She's been an absolutely wonderful, a wonderful support, both to giving me good feedback. She's one of the reasons why I taught. Slick Ghost, thank you very much for that follow.
But that still doesn't explain what the purpose of all this is.
Jess is really somebody who, from the very start, has given me a lot of support, has given me a lot of encouragement doing this. I still don't know why I can't. I still don't know why I can't do the double fire on him, but anyways, I will adjust the strategy accordingly. I could destroy some of the cover. Well, we'll destroy my own guy's cover. Let's try something risky. She really is somebody who, it's too risky. Jessie Quill is like a good bra, gives lots of support. No, she really is. I could not even begin to approach a proper description of how much she has meant to the cast and how much she's really given me, both in terms of just time, support, the amount of effort that she's put into either moderating or otherwise. Wow, that to hit's really gone down the tubes. Well, maybe I can get away with the grenade here. I want to damage and destroy the cover, and I don't think... Yeah, physics doesn't work that way. Well, free aiming, collateral damage, destroy the target's cover, and up to 2... But no, you know what? I'm just going to go for a reckless shot into the dark. But yeah, she's a wonderful caster. She's got a background in psychology, so that's led to, I mean, essentially the cast that you guys just watched. One where she covered a game which dealt with issues of depression, which I realize is not everyone's idea of a good time, but it's an important topic. Incidentally, the reason I'm moving this character first is on the odd chance that the pistol's able to take this guy out, that frees up my sniper to take out the other target. Obviously, that didn't turn out, so we'll go for the highest expected damage. So there's a 44% chance, or 64. In this case, I think the headshot on the 64, that's potentially something that takes a piece off the board, so it's the better opportunity. I hate you all. But she really brings a lot of value to everything that she casts. Ooh, this is gonna get interesting. Jesus. Well, I only have myself to blame on this. Again, Jess is just a uniquely talented caster. She's really able to do just a little bit of everything, it feels like. I remember originally watching her play The Walking Dead. Jesus Christ. I originally remember watching her play The Walking Dead Season 2, which was a lot of fun. I don't like that chance at all, and I don't have another grenade to solve this problem. Is there a cheesy way I can get them both in? No, again, physics doesn't work that way. Well, no, actually, I can shut up. What I want to do here is I want to try and draw this thing into my team as much as possible. So here I get to use the shotgun. I don't like those odds. So what we'll do instead is we'll fire the plasma rifle at it. Jess is one of these casters. It's easy to say, right? But she is one of these casters where, you know, you see inside of her chat people who are just willing to open up about just about everything that's going on in their life. She's a really caring individual. She knows what she's talking about. She's somebody who, again, like it's easy to take like good commentary for granted sometimes, but she really is somebody who just outdoes herself every time she casts. In terms of just the sensitivity that she deals with her topics with, and more importantly, just the level of fun that she brings in. She has got a really wonderful sense of humor that I don't think she always gets enough credit for in some cases. I'm a little tempted to just... No, rockets don't reach that far. This turned out to be a really smart grenade for them to drop because I don't have anything I can do. Like, all my guys are all clustered up now, so I think I'm just going to have to overwatch and hope for the best. But yeah, I mean, one of the big things for me is it's easy for me to talk about, you know, how good looking she is. It's easy for me to talk about how she's nice to me. There's like no shortage of things. There's no shortage of things that I can like mention about Jess. But I think the real important thing here is that she seems to just do it all so effortlessly sometimes. And just the level of quality that she so consistently gives every day on her channel. Like, it's one thing for me to just say, you know, she's fun to watch. But she really just is second to none in terms of her ability to communicate an idea on stream. She kind of gets to the heart of what a game is talking about. And just does so in a way that's pure fun. Like, she really knows how to put on a show. She really knows how to engage with an audience. And she's done everything from like IRL to cooking streams to playing some games. I know, am I allowed to talk about what some of your,
System malfunction.
am I allowed to talk a little bit about your Star Wars plans, Jess? Okay, I'm not going to use the sniper rifle quite yet because I want to try and get some. I want to try and get some distance. I'm wondering if a run and gun is called for. No, because there's going to be something nasty that comes around the corner. So, shotgun bro, what do I do with you when there's no cover? I mean, I can use this as a movement turn, but I was super eager to destroy all that territory. I don't have a lot of options now. I'm going to move him around the corner because there's not a lot that he can do this round. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use that as an opportunity. Oh my god, I can't bring my heavy up. That sucks.
Moving.
I can get away with it next round, but...
I'm rolling.
I am a little tempted to drop some smoke at the front here, but I could do a suppressive shot. Let's try something different. I don't need the smoke if I take them both down, so... $69? I like those odds. Alright, so I think in this case I'll just use... Obviously I have an Overwatch opportunity because there's going to be something coming through the door, but I don't think this thing's going to be able to reach it, so this will give me a chance to sort of heal everybody up. There's clearly some chrysalids waiting for me. Oh, Jess says go ahead. So Jess is planning on playing some classic Star Wars games, which I'm sure is going to do wonders for her GOG affiliate link. But yeah, she's going to be going through some of the old Star Wars games. And the funny thing is, like, one of the things I really like about Jess, even though she's open to trying new things, she also, like, this is one of the things that's kind of funny, is like some of the, I have to admit, as much as I love classic games, I also need to admit there clearly has been some progress in game design over the last few decades. Not every classic game is necessarily a fun game by any modern standard. And I wish it were not so. I wish these were all the products of Philosopher Kings, and I could say that these are among the greatest works of art in human history, but they're not. And I think one of the things I like a lot about Jess's take is that she's not afraid. So there's a game that I have... I think the significance that people put on this personal relationship with it is a little more than it really needs to be. But there is a game that sort of has a particular personal resonance to me in terms of the circumstances under which I got it and, you know, what it meant. And Jess was not afraid to say, it's like, didn't really work for me. Didn't like it. So, hello, Rouge Light Girl. And Captain Bear, I don't think I said hi to you as well. So anyways, I mean, this is a really disjointed Jessie Quill shout-out, obviously, but I think I'm going to do another heal on... I kind of want my mech to be in fighting form because they're not able to take advantage of the cover like everything else. But let's see. Yeah, I destroyed all my cover on my way in here. I really didn't think that through. But yeah, like, this is one of the... Jess is a very honest person. And I like... I was one of the things... When I talk about the feedback that she's given me, that applies as well. She has been very forthright in terms of telling me when I've done well and when I haven't. And I appreciate that kind of feedback because it makes me be better as a caster as well as better as a person. And obviously I've talked a bit about her Actually, this is a really crappy shout out now that I think of it. Oh, crap.
Recognized units more frequently and with a much greater range of firepower. How are we going to combat something of that size?
I don't know what I thought.
Probably spend years analyzing the inner workings of that thing.
What could they possibly be storing in those tanks?
I don't know what I thought I was going to accomplish by moving up like that. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to fight the sectopod. Yeah, see, there's all manner of horrors just waiting for me down there. So let's be very careful about how I... Okay, I think I can afford to go here. I'm really looking forward to you playing the arcade game, by the way, Jess.
On the move.
That's gonna suck. Okay. So ideally I'm gonna be able to take out some of these little drones. There's not a lot of point in me taking out the sectopod until I take out the drones because they can heal it. And I will be a little aggressive in the movement on my heavy because they have the heat ammo and so they'll do more damage to the sectopod. Please don't murder me. What the fuck? It gets too... No! Okay, thank God. Oh, go to hell.
Enemies in sight.
So I was going to spend the med kit on this person, but I think, yeah, I got to make some decisions now.
10-4.
So again, if we can take pieces off the board, we will.
Kill confirmed.
Apparently I shot through a computer. Jesus. All right. Well, I know I'm getting the hell out of here. This is also my... this is the character who has the...
Moving.
This is the character who's got the stun, so... I want them in play, but... I definitely need to get them healed up. Alright. So the problem here is I want to stay away from the sectopod, but I want to be sort of present. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up here because I think anytime a drone's going to come in, they'll be in Overwatch range. I maybe should have set that up with the what do I mean? The pistol. And I'm going to do something a little unexpected here. I'm going to try and go around the side, just because I think in the end, trying to take on the sectopod from the higher level is not going to be to my advantage. Maybe if I get the heavy in play, but
On the move.
getting people into position is going to be that's kind of priority number one.
Cover my flank.
What is this level? Okay.
Moving out.
Priorities. Number one, I gotta get the... First of okay, so I don't want any more... What? Ah!
On my way.
No targets. Okay. Yeah, I don't want any more people getting taken down. I have a couple of rounds before I think it's time for an enjoy your breakfast moment. Trying to stay away from the sectopod where I can. Jesus. See, what I really want to do is I want to get in close and electropulse the thing to death, but...
Hostiles pacified. Heading to that location.
So this is probably going to open me up to a flank, but I do at least get a an overwatch on this. So I've got 2 rounds to cure my ally. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted the overwatch on the drone.
Damn it, missed the target.
But again, the electropulse will help with the sectopod, providing that my people don't die right away. Cool. I'm gonna straight up run into the corner here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for a you only YOLO once play on this. And I'm gonna dedicate everything to taking down the sectopod in one turn, or at the very least, denying it the ability to heal up. So I'll get nice and close.
Heading there now.
What in God's name are we looking at?
I didn't want to believe it, but it's clear the aliens have been experimenting on the abductees. What could they be hoping to accomplish through this?
So this should disable the sectopod for one turn.
Stand clear.
Okay, so this gives me a chance to get everybody in position for the follow-up. I don't think there's any good spots for my sniper, sadly.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Again, it would be nice if I had the ability to do the double shot, but it was not to be. Doubtful that I'm going to be able to do anything with my sniper this round. I could try flying, but
Orders confirmed. On the move.
I think I'm just going to accept that I'm going to have to waste another turn on them. And maybe my heavy can do something. Again, I don't need to worry about counterattacks, so I want to move them as far out as I can. No luck, regrettably, so again, we'll move them into a good position to... So the problem here is that I may not have enough guys in range to be able to take this thing down. So priority number 1, revive the...
Come on, get back in the game.
Revive the soldier. Alright.
That's affirmative.
Still don't have a shot. You know what? I should have saved before.
Hauling ass. Location confirmed. On my way.
So again, the idea here is I get the one turn with the sectopod down.
God's
But
name are we looking
yeah, we heard
I
that.
didn't want to believe it, but it's clear the aliens have been experimenting on the abductees. What could they be hoping to accomplish through this?
Charge.
Time to motor.
There might be an argument to get my my sniper to fly. I'll think about it. Right. So I'm saving here mostly because there's a few angles that I need to take. I think it's possible to take this thing out in one turn. The real question is, what's the best approach for it? So for instance, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a clear shot on the... I'm not going to be able to get a clear shot on it this turn, so I guess it has to be the next one. Obviously, the first shot I want to take is with the heavy, both because of potentially the heat demo, but also the bonus to aim that everybody else gets. This thing's tough. Nothing I can really do with this character, but I think we're just gonna rush them in to do a job. Yeah, this is gonna get ugly. I think this thing's gonna get a good turn to just bully my guys. They're my last one. It's gonna take me 2 turns on the Electropulse, and well, actually, because this is just an awesome thing to do.
Engaging in close combat.
Ooh, only 6 damage. I'm gonna pay for that. Okay, let's see if anyone dies. They do. So you know what? Maybe the answer is I don't take this thing on. Sorry, I know I don't like reloading just because I lost someone, but I actually want to see. So I think the answer on this one is I don't take it out the one turn. So I haven't committed everyone yet. What the answer is instead is I move back. I keep people safe. And when I'm able to reply with the rest of my team,
I'm on it, Commander.
Time to motor. They're falling back.
all right, that was a little different from what I was expecting.
No way that just happened.
I think that gets repaired by the drone, but we'll see what order they move in.
Almost out of ammo.
Christ almighty, these things are tough. So I think I can still take this out with an EMP.
I'm on my way.
So the difference here, of course... What? Just shy. I don't think that's worth it, to be honest. I can't even remember if I saved. Okay, we'll see if we can get something to happen. So now what I need to do is I need to dedicate 1 unit to taking out the... I need to dedicate 1 unit to taking out the sectopod, 1 to taking out the... Okay, let's see if we can take out the drone first. Just shy. Okay, can't be helped, so we're just gonna... Again, we'll move as aggressively as we can. feel like this is run and gun time.
At the speed of death.
I kind of need to take out that drone, otherwise members of my team are gonna be the ones to suffer for it. I don't like those odds.
Damn it, missed the target.
And I think I have enough ammo to take out the sectopod. See, the problem with that, of course, is that that's a whole turn that I needed to dedicate to taking, to damaging the drone instead of the sectopod. But I get a turn now where I get to unleash the fury on the... I don't even know why I'm moving into cover, because obviously we're fucked if this thing is allowed to...
Target's still up.
What are you doing? We may not actually be able to take this thing out because of those misses. Oh my god, did I just use a pistol? Friggin' hell. Sorry guys, I am reloading that. Oh wow, I went that far back. Okay. Remind me not to be an idiot.
You're good to go.
Although I guess I know the seed in terms of the damage that gets done.
On the move.
Oh, hang on, this is the wrong one. Okay, so the approach this time the approach was going to be we don't we move close, but we don't let them we basically don't let them see us. So
Moving out.
build up some reaction shots. Yeah, the idiot claim is undermined when when one makes spelling mistakes.
On my way.
The other question is, I'm going to try moving them to the right this time. So I'm pretty sure my I'm pretty sure my mech still takes it in the throat based off of the Overwatch.
The target. Almost out of ammo.
The dubstep gun does 10 damage. So the alternative is I dedicate my team to taking out the sectopod this round without using the AMP. Okay, so let's see what the possibilities are. Okay, so that's the sectopod. So let's try something a little creative here. So 44% shot. We're not able to do anything about that drone. So I'm gonna go with the version of the world that says maybe the EMP isn't the answer based on the fact that maybe the EMP isn't the answer based on the fact that the there's that that Overwatch problem, and instead we try and take it out this round. See, it's close, but it's not enough. So I'm going to take a pretty tough one for the team.
I'm on my way.
Oh, lucky me.
Hostile
That's because
target in my position.
the other shots that I took were in line. So again, well, okay. See, this is a real tough decision now, so I'm gonna save here. What I would prefer to do is just open up on this thing. So you've either got, okay, so I can't hit close range with the, oh, not enough ammo. Okay, fair enough. So I do the kinetic strike, hit this thing for, it says 12, but in reality it's gonna be 6.
Approaching to engage.
And then what would normally happen here is I do a run and gun, and for some reason I don't get the double shot. Also, this thing's probably going to blow up when I kill it, so I'm probably going to reload. But basically I do this, and it should take it out, but because it's so heavily armored, I die.
Moving to withdraw.
And I don't have any medkits to save him. So I need to use the EMP, otherwise we lose a team member. 2 team members, probably. Yeah, these things, I think these things need, like, they kind of have their own set of rules. I hope I don't meet another one on this mission. Anyways. I probably should have just described what I was going to do and then not actually, like, waste the time on it, but this does give me a chance to get my guy into some cover, so. Do I want to do the run and gun? Why not? The reason I'm doing the run and gun is because, oh, you know what? That's a terrible spot for run and gun because it can still flank me, but anyways. So I've got 84 chance or the 18. We'll go for the... Obviously that's a shotgun, so it's not a proper comparison, but...
Hostile targets are retreating.
Okay, so if I can get some eyes in there, that's best. I don't need to worry about cover, so...
Heading to that location.
The main purpose for this move is to actually get some sight for my sniper.
I didn't want to believe it.
I also really need to
but
go to the
it's clear
bathroom,
aliens
so...
have been experimenting on the abductees. What could they be hoping to accomplish through this?
Okay, just bear with me a quick second, guys. I will be back in a moment. Okay, so I'm getting the impression with the next time I encounter a sectopod, the name of the game is basically... Actually, hang on. Let's reconsider this. So sniper will take the shot. And hopefully that frees up the rest of... Wow, alright, so much for cover. Hopefully that frees up my guys to take out the drone. I think what it does is it frees them all up to take shots when they're not in cover. So I don't have any options here because I really
Okay.
didn't think this through. I do want to keep these people safe, so I'm going to run around the corner here. Gonna reload in when we can. Will you be the savior of humanity?
Heading there now.
You will not.
We're green to go. I'm on the move.
So the one nice thing about this is there's really no incentive for me to rush, which means that I can sort of take my time as long as I don't do anything too reckless as far as like taking a bad position. So what I can do here, right, is I can just sort of sit down. I can reload when I can. I'm gonna keep my my mech roughly the same place as my allies. And what this allows me to do is I can get some people kind of in a better position to sort of take on whatever enemies can come up.
Location confirmed.
Unfortunately, it's going to take another turn to reload for the
Hauling ass.
sniper. But with any luck, basically this drone sort of peeks into this area and we get some overwatch. Not great, but hopefully we won't have to waste any more ammo on it. Speaking of wasting ammo.
Adjusting aim.
They're starting to lose ground.
Okay. So I think what I'm actually going to do as well, I'm going to try and get a bit of position. So I'm going to, basically, the contract is this. I'm going to put these guys into a position where they're exposed, but I'm going to take so many kicks at the can that they'll be safe. This one I need to reload. Also, I think there's a good argument to putting this, putting the sniper in a better position overall. I'm going to move my heavy up. This is a bit of an aggressive move for having people out in the open, but I also know my heavy is one of my slowest movers. So what we'll do here, we'll save real quick. I'm going to move people, basically I'm going to move them up so that in one turn we can kind of have some blue moves to overlook this, because I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of nasty stuff waiting for us, but we are going to have the height advantage, so.
Rolling out.
But yeah, so I think the next time I encounter a sectopod, the aim is going to be is to have one person who like triggers it, and then basically get everyone to sort of run back and everybody sort of has to run back and like go for, I guess, like go for cover. That sounds like another sectopod. This is gonna suck. And basically you bring the thing to us, and it's either you gain some tempo by moving like the one turn, or you know what, I am going to do, this is not what I would normally want to do, but I'm actually going to get as much visual information as I can.
That's affirmative. Enemy spotted.
Well, just bringing out all the tricks. At least I got another EMP. But that is overwatching, so let's see if we can do anything creative. No, we cannot. Does my sniper get a shot? My sniper does not get a shot. Everything sucks.
I'm on it, Commander.
This will give my guys some
Smoke out.
cover. I have a feeling I'm going to have to reload on this one, but let's see if we can do anything fun. It's as high as she gets, huh? Jesus! I thought the sniper was supposed to be safe. Oh well. Alright, this is gonna get a little tricky, but...
Okay.
Ooh, I don't get to shoot at the spinning disc of death. That's unfortunate.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I would prefer to take shots on the spinning disc of death if I could.
Shot failed to connect.
I don't ask for much. That thing can fire grenades, so I don't want to cluster my guys up. Sadly, this means that my guy is effectively useless. So this was a very poorly thought out turn on my part, which will probably result in a death. Go to hell.
I'm rolling.
Okay, so first priority is to get the heavy into the fight. Or at least get them into a position where they can do some damage to the spinning disc of death.
I'm on it, Commander.
Again, the game doesn't tell you when you can actually shoot at things. Oh, that's right. They weren't able to shoot at this thing from here, so hopefully this is enough. Thank God. Okay, so this is going to give me some aim bonus and potentially a bonus to... Not sure I want to save this position because my guy's health is pretty grim. But this will give me a good chance to sort of reload everyone. I feel safe enough to keep people out of cover because we cleared that room.
On the move.
I need to remember the mechs are not immortal, so perhaps some caution is in order. We'll move as far out as we can, and then I think we'll drop the flight. The flight was just not a good idea overall, but
Jetpack on deck.
I'll live with it.
Moving to position.
So, what I want to do here, again, there's no incentive for me to get stuff done fast. The game's funneled me here, so I suspect there's basically just going to be a big fight. I don't think there's that much space. Oh, wow. This is a big level, so there's probably more than one major fight that I have waiting for me. I'm going to wait until everybody's sort of clustered up, ready to go. I'm actually going to put my sniper at the doorway because this is one of the people who I can't move. But again, I'm not actually going to move everyone aggressively until I've set them all up with their... I've set them all up with like full reloads and such. And what I need to decide, I think I'm probably going to put the heavy on the other side of the door, and that's just because there's the possibility that I will want to use them for a rocket attack right away. If that's the case, so obviously the La Grande Femme is going to be the one to open the door. Yeah, I think basically a heavy on this side on the chance that I get to use the rocket. Everybody else lined up at the front of the door, and we're going to try and run in as best as we can. So it's going to be 2 turns of this. The drawback, of course, is that I paid pretty heavily in terms of health. So this is going to be a pretty tough fight.
Moving.
Yeah, I mean, just Overwatch for everyone. It is also worth mentioning if I position my
I'm on the move.
mech well, I'm going to be able to EMP anything that's waiting for me on the other side of this door. And if that wasn't enough, I am also going to try.
I'm rolling.
I'm also going to try and capture whatever commander it's listed inside here, and that is something I'm going to save and reload over. So, anyways, so for probably 2 big fights, I'm going to need to make sure that most of my troops don't take any damage. That
Did you hear something?
whatever elite unit counts as the commander is damaged enough to capture, but not at full health because I can't risk the safety of my other guy. This is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna probably take the rest of the night. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment.
On my way.
It's a reasonably smart bit of level design though, because it means that I'm not able to do what I set up there. I have to do things like move my sniper into a good spot. My assault really does not have a lot of range.
Already there.
But I'm going to be very, very cautious in terms of where I move.
Position confirmed. Contact.
God damn it. This is why God invented Overwatch.
Is this what the aliens do for fun? At least they're not playing computer games.
I don't like the fact that I'm doing this, but I'm doing it.
Systems firing. That's affirmative.
So basically, I'm just gonna get up in their face and open fire. So the drawback, of course, is that if we have a mechanical enemy that I'm going after, this is going to be another round where, or this is going to be some turns where I'm not able to accomplish that particular goal.
Kill confirmed.
Okay, so chrysalid threat is dealt with.
Moving out.
I'm really reluctant to spread my team out like this, but. Okay, so chrysalids have been dealt with. There's going to be probably these muton elites based on that sound. The real dilemma that I have is how do I get... So I need the visual information, clearly.
I'm on the move.
So I run up like this. Oh wow, there's nothing waiting for me there. Okay, well, I know where I put my sniper then.
Hauling ass. Hostile.
Oh,
Damn it.
game always does that to me.
Okay. Heading to that location.
It's probably going to be some damage that my guys take, but we'll see if we can minimize it. I don't want to use... I just blew my cover. I don't want to spend another smoke on this just because I think there's going to be a tougher fight for us coming up later. It's a bit of a clown show in terms of how we're handling this, though.
That's affirmative.
If there's anything on the left, I've just created a world of hurt for me, but... 58, not a good shot. Oh, but my character is fantastic, so...
X-ray eliminated. They're falling back. Enemy troops.
Oh, what do you know? The elites. Alright, these guys are really tough. And I really don't have any good ideas for how I'm going to deal with them. So, let's start with the sniper. 74 to hit. It's my only option, so we go for it. That was some kind of... Ooh, that was a really good shot. Okay. The problem is I don't want my guys to cluster up too much. The best scenario for me is I can find somebody with a grenade to get down there and cause them some problems. But none of my guys have grenades anymore. Well, one of them does, but it's my heavy, and they're not in a good position to take advantage of that. So, what do we do about that? Yeah, this is a really tough set of priorities, so I need to make sure that my guys are safe. Okay, I should be able to get something done with this. Oh, but I don't get to fire on the one that I want. Well, I gotta live with this now. Well, I could have run, I suppose, but...
Shot failed to connect. Aye, aye, Commander. Eyes on
Yes,
target.
it almost looks like a larger version of the sectoid, but something is different. What is that energy? That alien is clearly different from the others. It's wielding a power unlike anything we've previously encountered.
Lupioni, thank you very much for that follow. It's gonna get ugly for me in a bit, unfortunately, but I've already established I'm a scumbag who likes to reload saves. The smarter thing for me to do would have been to just accept things were not going to work out the way that I wanted and let them and force them to come to me. But I've committed some guys to this already, so... Oh man, I committed someone who I really can't afford to be taking damage. This is almost certainly going to be a reload.
Heading to that location.
What I should have been doing, like I should have been using the different angles on the map to actually see where everything is and what I can actually hit. I actually think I'm open to a shot. Yeah, this gained me nothing, and I'm open to a grenade shot now. I'm not thinking straight. All right, well, let's see what if somebody doesn't die, we'll play the position, but I'm not optimistic. Yeah, they're elites for a reason. I'm curious what this commander does, though. Overwatch. All right, then. Okay, so let's play this like I'm capable of rational thought. Oh, wow. I really need to remember to scum save more often.
Already there.
Well, actually, it's also worth mentioning...
Enemy troops.
So, Jesse Quill, it's worth mentioning, this map is... I've been ignoring a lot of the story stuff for a while on this playthrough. So this is one of the, like, Like, there's every indication on this map that, like, you're going to be going up against something pretty tough. Like, bring your good guys. I just,
I'm on the move.
you know, I'm me. So, let's see.
Taken care of.
Got it.
See, there's not a whole lot of advantage to me having him here because I'm still going to need to move him all over the place.
Affirmative, Commander.
Like, he still needs to move around to do anything useful. I think we might be able to take out another one of these. Well, we'll at least get an Overwatch.
They're falling back.
Okay, so I don't think my heavy's going to be able to use the rocket. Have a great one, Kilgore. It was wonderful to have you by. If you are... Actually, are you casting tonight? If you're still around. If you are casting tonight, I will very likely give you a host. No promises. But if you're not casting, have a wonderful evening. It was great having you around here. Sorry it was not as exciting as it normally is. But it's always great to see you. Excellent. Well, Kilgore Trout's probably going live, so if you guys haven't followed him, do check him out. He's probably going to be more entertaining than me tonight. And I hope you guys have a good time.
Going hot.
Cool.
It just got hot in here.
It's going to give him something to think about. I mean, I just shredded my cover, and I'm probably going to have to trigger that commander.
I'm on it, Commander.
But I think that's what I'm willing to work with. I should have saved before I did this, but...
It almost looks like a larger version of the sectoid, but something is different. What is that energy? That alien is clearly different from the others. It's wielding a power unlike anything we've previously encountered.
Okay, so we'll save here. There's the chance that this character's toast, but we'll run with it. For now, I'm going to take advantage of the flanking bonus. All right, so the real dilemma that I have is just how to position everyone the right way. Because I'm pretty sure this commander is going to have some kind of like mind control ability to ruin my day. I don't like these odds. Jesus, all right. I'm pretty sure the headshot is the correct play here. Oh, a 94% chance, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. So again, the commander can still potentially do something really, really awful to me. I'm not so sure I want to use a run and gun on this. I do want to get as close as I can. So the question that I'm going to be thinking about right now, so here's the alien commander. I'm surrounded. I need to figure out how to get out of this situation. Does it make sense for me to move to the left-hand side here and potentially get a flank? I don't see how he does that. The best possible flanking position... Well, see, I don't really know what its movement is like, but it seems like it would be if it moved over here. So I am going to risk it, and I'm going to go the full distance for my assault. But this could wind up being a mistake. Next up... Well, this character really has to just live with the fact that there's no cover for them ever. So we'll see if we can get a shot off. Oh, we do, and they're flanked. So the idea here is not to kill this, it's to weaken it for the stun.
incredible. That alien seems to have taken control of that soldier somehow. All of the advances we've made so far, they would be useless against this type of power.
Okay, and I think that was the one with the stun. Of course it was. All right.
Position confirmed.
Okay, so this is a delicate situation. What I want to do here is I want to maximize the damage I can do to the alien, and I want to minimize the damage that my team takes from its abilities. Oh, this is gonna kill it.
Enemies in sight. Feels like we're finally turning the tide. Now that we've captured their device, the aliens are running out of secrets.
I mean, yay, we won. We won legitimately. I am gonna try and... Ooh.
Central, this is Big Sky. The rubber's on the road and the kids are in the back seat.
Roger that, Voodoo 3-1. See you inside. Central out.
They really know how to make you feel good.
Something wrong, Doctor?
Don't you think a victory celebration is a bit premature at this juncture?
We just neutralized their central command. We've got no other alerts on the entire system, and we took out their leader. In my book, that's a win, Doctor.
Thank you, Bedizion. I'm gonna reload that because I want to try and capture it. God, the soundtrack on this is so good. I don't want to know what nasty surprises you have for me. I'm gonna learn all about this cool stuff after I capture the alien. I specifically didn't kill stuff so that I could get that. I think I have to reload here because if I can kill this thing with a look, then oh shit. Man, this is a pig of a problem because I don't have any cover and I've got a shotgunner who's mind controlled.
Time to motor.
Okay. Let's disable the ally. Cool trick shot. I mean, maybe next time worry about killing the target, but like, you know, props for style.
Location confirmed.
You kind of wish you bought this game when you could because even your roommate said amazing things, but it's wonderful. Like it's, oh God, what are you doing?
Requesting emergency evac.
If it panics and shoots the thing to death, I am going to be so upset. Oh crap! Jesus, there's...
No, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Yeah, there may not be a... There may not actually be a play that lets me, there may not be a play that lets me win this because my character, the character who's most vulnerable to the shotgunner is, okay, well, again, we gotta disable our own guy. Yeah, so there's no way that works.
Still alive.
Well, I mean, if we overwatch everyone, I'm curious what happens. Well, probably we kill the commander. Yeah, not quite what we wanted to do.
Feels like we're finally turning.
I was kidding. Stop that. But yeah, Beta Design. I mean, it's an older game, so it goes on sale pretty regular. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, this game would be worth it at full price, but clearly, if you've waited this long, it's probably worth it for you to wait. You know, wait the duration. What is the way to... Okay. I need to... Okay, I'm gonna do some crazy things here. I'm basically gonna try and... I'm really, like, gaming the system right now. So what I'm trying to do here is reset the seed. Because that's a 74% chance that I do the disabling shot, right? That shouldn't be that difficult. There we go.
Roger that. Immobilizing target.
So yeah, what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to basically get some extra turns where I don't have team members at risk. But yeah, anyways, this game goes on sale pretty regularly. And in my view, like, even if you don't really like strategy games that much, I just think this is just a cut above. I mean, it is hard. Turn-based strategy is one of the oldest and I think the best developed genres out there. I thought I disabled them. Okay. Let us get everyone to safety.
On the move.
I don't think we have much of a chance of making this work. I don't know how long this thing lasts.
Already there.
Oh, I just let them get flanked for no reason.
I'm on it, Commander.
But yeah, like it is no mean feat to... Okay, critically wounded. It's not over yet. Although it seems like... It seems like my team is just, like, the mind control is just going to be lasting forever.
Stepping off.
If that's true, then there's really no point in carrying on. So basically I've got, like, 3 turns to see whether or not mind control goes away.
I'm on my way.
But yeah, like, it's... So turn-based strategy, I think, is, like, one of the most developed and one of the best genres in gaming, to be completely honest. But it's obviously one that sort of lost some of its influence, just because, you know, it's an older genre, and I think people are sort of they've gotten comfortable. But it really feels like XCOM, especially XCOM 2, really made it
Systems within acceptable parameters.
really made this a viable genre again. Not looking good. And again, Firaxis did a great job of taking the essence of XCOM and just turning it into a game that was really worth experiencing. Yeah, Stellaris is great. I mean, Stellaris is his own. I think Stellaris is a great example of the long-held dream of being able to so pretty much as long as people have been doing oh, excellent. All right. Hang on, who the hell has the... So it's not, if it's not that guy who's got the stun, is it the person who's panicked? Was I worrying about the wrong person the whole time? Okay, well, we'll do the same trick.
Target's still up.
There's almost certainly somebody.
Position confirmed.
Oh, god damn it. Actually, what I'm gonna do, this is where I have my team back in. Okay, so Overwatch. I want to see what character actually has. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, this is going to be hard, but this will open up some new possibilities.
Moving out.
We'll hold back a bit. So was the character who took the damage last round, the one who basically gets killed by the shotgunner if I don't deal with that, who has the ability to stun. What was the turn-based RPG, Joshy Man, if you don't mind me asking? Let's see if we can tickle him with the sniper rifle.
Damn it.
I realize this is heresy, Yorkshire Bastard, but I actually quite liked Beyond Earth. I realize it's nobody's like favorite, but I thought that game actually was a lot better than people gave it credit for. I'm not quite sure why I thought putting that person out in the open would be such a good idea, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm really gonna risk this character, but basically I want them in stunning range if I can, so. And probably not a good idea to have the shotgunner run out like this, but and we'll see what Overwatch gives us. Probably should have saved before that just to see how it turns out, but
No. What's happening? No. This isn't right. This isn't right.
okay, cool. So obviously I'm taking a slightly different approach to this save, but this seems to be a good opportunity to capture the commander.
On the move.
So if I try a fresh stun, I don't think, yeah, that 24 is not a great shot. So let's soften him up a bit. I'm going to be particularly paranoid, and because it's so easy to kill this thing.
Adjusting sights.
Just give it a love tap.
Commander.
Like, don't blow it away. Just, yeah, this thing's gonna kill it.
No damage on selected target.
Of course, it picked the perfect cover too. So, like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to. We can at least use pistols to minimize the.
That is not good.
I can do a run and gun.
Moving at the speed of death.
Maybe we get a high ground advantage. You only YOLO once.
Hope this works.
Damn.
Target is not disabled.
See if anyone dies. Oh, cool. That gives us a chance to get around it. Again, this is not how you would play on Iron Man mode. But I really want to see what happens when you get the interrogation, so. Okay, this has got to be a, like, if I can't stun this thing, then I'm declaring chapter is it chapter 32 or 24? There we go.
Target disabled.
Feels like we're finally turning the tide. Now that we've captured their device, the aliens are running out of secrets.
It's imperative that we begin the research as soon as possible.
Now that we've captured this device, we should probably be expecting the aliens to pursue us more aggressively. I doubt losing it was part of their plan.
Central, this is Big Sky. The rubber's on the road and the kids are in the back seat.
Roger that, Voodoo 3-1. See you inside. Central out. Something wrong, Doctor?
Don't you think a victory celebration is a bit premature at this juncture?
We just neutralized their central command. We've got no other alerts on the entire system, and we took out their leader. In my book, that's a win, Doctor.
Technically, I should go to bed. I'm gonna push a little bit further. No promises to do a full mission.
Commander, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who understands this war isn't over yet. The existence of this artifact, which we believe to be a communication device of some kind, begs the question. If the sectoid commander was the alien leader, then who or what was it communicating with? I believe this is indeed the same creature we encountered when we made first contact with the aliens. As we have observed, it is somehow capable of using its mind as a weapon. If we were to study this specimen's brain tissue, perhaps we might be able to adapt this ability for our own purposes.
Hey dude, check out the Snapchat I just got. She totally wants me. Research the hyperwave beacon. So, only 3 people wounded, which is nice. Vampire. Executioner or opportunist. See, it's tempting to go for executioner because we've run into so much stuff that has like heavier armor, but I think I am going to still go for opportunist. Anastasia. Drugs or dense smoke? We'll go for the drugs. Wild child. Alright, that's the ability I was looking for. Actually, let's just double check. Flush, fire a shot that causes enemies to run out of cover. This shot is easy to hit with but does reduce damage. That's such a tempting one right now. But no, I think I'm going to go for rapid fire just because that's been like a great execution move. And the mech. So, vital point targeting confers 2 bonus damage against targets that have been autopsied. That's a fantastic ability. And damage control, when the mech takes damage, all further damage will be reduced by 2 for the next 2 turns. Oh god, that is such a tempting... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think I'm going to use her as a bit of a bullet sponge.
Your men certainly seem to have a knack for capturing alien subjects alive. I only hope they realize how important their work is in relation to ours. Please pass on my gratitude to our forces.
I mean, getting that bonus damage after autopsying a sectopod is so good, but yeah, I do want to use my mechs as bullet sponges. So, hyperwave communication, interrogate, sectoid commander, sectopod, autopsy, hyperwave beacon, plasma pistol, alien grenade, 5 muton corpses, 2 elite muton corpses, a berserker corpse, cyberdisc wreck, 3 chrysalid corpses, a sectopod wreck, 8 drone wreck, sectoid commander captive, 103 Illyrium, 126 alien alloys, 42 weapon fragments, 50 meld, alien entertainment, 7 alien food, 15 alien stasis tanks, 4 alien surgeries, 3 UFO power sources, and 3 damaged alien food. Panic has decreased worldwide by 1.
Remember, we will be watching.
Cool. All right. I'm going to do something a little cheaty. I can technically further optimize these outfits, but basically I just want to make sure that the stuff isn't being wasted. Kitty's taken care of, right? Yeah. Very quickly, actually, we are going to be getting to parts of XCOM that I have never seen before. Uh-oh. Game tapped out on me. God damn it! Man, that armor actually turned out really well.
Proximity mines will enable our soldiers to control the battlefield.
Hello, Runebroder. How are you doing?
They will only go off if the enemy enters their activation range.
Okay. Why did I do that, you ask? You will see. Hopefully Johnny Big Time's still here. Because Johnny hasn't seen what's going to happen. Oh, hang on. No, we're still doing the research. Request from Australia, Thin Man corpses. 8 Thin Man corpses. We've got 59 in storage. Members of the Australian medical community want a chance to study the Thin Man corpses we've recovered so far. It's possible they'll uncover something we missed, and they've offered to compensate us in return. Unlikely, but I want the 80 credits, so... The alien alloys have proven to be extremely difficult to forge and manipulate for use in our theoretical designs. Machining the alloy was an arduous process, leaving us with limited options as to what it could be used for. Although we considered the alien alloy's density a benefit, one that made it ideal for use as an advanced form of projectile ammunition, the material proved to be so dense that light bends around it. That it ate directly into the weapon's barrel, making it useless after a single firing. After a number of failed attempts, we finally managed to develop a barrel sleeve made from the alloys, which has so far survived several hundred test firings during our experiments. With the alloy cannon, we've been calling it, now operational, we've had ample time to study the effects of its design. Although similar to traditional shotgun configuration, because of its specialized ammunition, the alloy cannon is substantially more powerful and deadly. Testing on targets made of modified ballistic gel proved pointless as the targets were completely penetrated by the alloy munitions, despite an average thickness of roughly 2 meters. Needless to say, this weapon will have similar effect on any hostile targets that our troops might encounter. Alloy cannon. By developing a firing mechanism capable of projecting machine shards of alien alloy, we've created an extremely powerful weapon that has a devastating effect on anything caught in its range. However, accuracy falls off quickly over greater distances. Use the build by item option in engineering to manufacture this item. Okay, so we can do hyperwave communication, or we can interrogate the sector. Obviously, we're going to do the interrogations and autopsies first because, you know, we get those for free. So this captive is clearly a rare and dangerous specimen. We've already seen evidence of its unique mental abilities in the field. We should tread carefully, but we certainly cannot pass up the insights it might be able to provide us during the interrogation. Dr. Valen's going to wind up mind controlled, I bet. Not really, but... Guy's brain looks like mine. The specimen has a uniquely defined cellular structure within its brain, augmented by a series of advanced cybernetic implants that must have been ingrained shortly after its quote-unquote birth. Due to the unusual abilities exhibited by this captive in the field, we've had to be particularly cautious during the interrogation process. Evidence of a telekinetic power unlike anything previously recorded in known science has left some members of the research team unwilling to approach the subject. We were met with limited success in retrieving new information directly from the captive, although we have come to understand how the captive was able to interact with the mysterious device we found within the alien base. We've also had time to further analyze the modules implanted in the subject's body, which will likely lead to a number of unexpected advances. Psionic labs are available for construction, and we have earned a psionic research credit. Psionic Labs. The facility allows us to discover and develop latent psionic abilities of our soldiers. If they have any such capabilities, using them in the field will increase their strength. Okay, I'm going to take a...
Nothing will ever be the same. The work that we've done here to adapt the technology of a hostile enemy force has advanced the scientific progress of mankind by untold generations. These weapons, these abuses of science, we still have an opportunity to use them for a greater good. We have paid a heavy price, but our efforts have not been in vain.
Ah, Dr. Valen, tell me more about this greater good.
So I need to see what our facilities are like.
Is ready. We should build a cyber suit as soon as possible in the cybernetics lab. Our cyber suits have faced the trials of battle and were proven effective. As we continue to deploy our mech troopers, they will grow more accustomed to the suits. And if fortune is with us, help put an end to this conflict.
Wow, these are expensive. One. I hope I don't need too many more facilities. Not enough money for a psychic lab. That's going to take 3 power. It doesn't say what anything else takes. So my fear is that I'm going to have to build one and another one. I'm not going to have enough power, but we'll see. Oh, hang on. Before I get too excited. And yeah, everybody's using what they should. Well, that's just because I spent too much money, MC. But in 9 days, we're going to be getting a ton of money, so... Oh. Oh, hang on. I already equipped these guys.
Incoming transmission.
We are extremely impressed with the progress of the XCOM project thus far, Commander.
I'm a moron.
Recent results were beyond our expectations, and that is not a statement this council makes lightly.
All right, because I'm a fool, I completely forgot to assign a new research project. So, alloy gun. Actually, you know what? Let's get oh. I really don't know what I'm doing, do I? Commander, go! Still not enough money. Did I actually build the alloy gun then? Yes, I did. Did I give it to a guy? Yes, I did. Sectopod autopsy. The engineering advancements found in this machine are remarkable. The joint articulation, weapon systems, and targeting capabilities in particular are well beyond current military developments on Earth. The practical applications are staggering. Hello, Princess Nami. I got your hello from before, and it is excellent to be able to say hello to you in person. I hope you're doing well.
This heavily armored unit is fully mechanized, though we're still not sure if it has an organic component within.
Although this robot is neither alive nor sentient, it is strangely self-aware of its surroundings. We're still uncovering the functional details for this species, but from what we've seen so far, this machine is a masterpiece of technology. Based on our initial testing, we've discovered an extremely intricate program that's implanted in its macroprocessors. This combat control program, combined with the Sectopod's imposing 10-meter frame, makes for an extremely dangerous weapon. Powered by the same energy source that fuels the alien craft, these machines wield unparalleled destructive power. Perhaps the biggest mystery is the secret of how they're being controlled. Additional information regarding the specimen's tactical abilities may be available in the field if another of these machines is targeted in the unit analysis view. Advanced Construction Project is available in the Foundry. Advanced Construction, this advanced fabrication process that the aliens used to build the sectopod, could be repurposed to accelerate XCOM's vehicle and facility construction. At a significant cost, of course. Use the new project option in the Foundry to undertake the project. Not quite yet. The bacon we recovered from the alien base appears to send and receive transmissions using a spectrum of energy unlike anything found on Earth. I can only imagine what we'll find after further study. Psionics research credit applies, reducing the research time by 50%.
We've certainly had an influx of new developments recently. Well, the sectoid commander is an intriguing subject. I have to admit, this device has also captured my attention.
I'm really enjoying XCOM, and we're going to be getting into some material that I haven't seen in the game before. But I was doing some foolish things like moving forward without researching, so. Hyperwave Communication Research Project complete. Although we've studied a number of unusual pieces of alien technology up to this point, the equipment recovered from the alien base on Earth is among the most cryptic. When we first encountered this device, it appeared that the sectoid commander was somehow interacting with it through a non-physical link, using some type of mental telepathy or other equally mysterious form of communication. Having now studied the device further, we believe it is undoubtedly the case. Our testing has revealed a pattern of signals being transmitted at a wavelength never before associated with any form of communications or electronic transmissions. Although we should not be surprised at this point by the advanced nature of the alien technology, this particular discovery is a bit unsettling. As far-fetched as it may seem, several members of the research team have theorized that this device may be capable of transmitting and receiving signals beyond our own dimension. The implications of this possibility affect all areas of known science, and perhaps most alarmingly indicate that the sectoid commander may have been receiving signals or orders from a higher authority. While continuing to analyze the transmission we've detected, we have also moved forward in our attempts to interface the device with our own satellite communications network. If my suspicions are correct, this beacon may provide us with means of detecting previously unknown contacts. Hyperwave relay is available for construction. Alien communications rely on superdimensional wave, which travels almost instantaneously. This relay should allow us to trace the source of the communications, use the build facilities option in engineering to construct this facility. I was afraid of this. So we'll start with more research. Ghost armor, based on our continued study of the hyperwave phasing phenomena we've witnessed in the labs, we believe it should be possible to develop an armor kit mirroring these unusual properties. If successful, anyone wearing this suit would be extremely difficult to detect. I like that idea. So here's what I'm going to have to wind up doing. What's an Illyrium generator going to cost me? $275. Okay. So I'm going to have to kill one of these power generators and replace it with an Illyrium one. I might be able to get away with killing the other power generator. Actually, yeah. I might be able to do that. Also, what I might wind up doing is killing one of the satellite uplinks. I'll probably say I want to take out this one, but I'm probably going to have to build another one first. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass. It's like what I basically want to do is I want to build something like a satellite nexus here and then like take out one of these satellite uplinks in order to gain the space for another like another lab. Can I build a satellite nexus? Nope. Because we're poor. Ghost armor. An advanced prototype based on our earlier skeleton armor design, this variation makes use of the latest developments in the field of optical camouflage. By studying the unusual phasing behavior exhibited by the hyperwave beacon, we've come to understand how this device is capable of existing outside of our visible plane. With this phasing behavior in mind, we've implemented several experimental metamaterials into the weave and structure of the suit's outermost layers. As a result, the ghost armor provides near invisibility to the wearer, allowing for enhanced evasion and infiltration capabilities in the field. Ghost armor is now available for manufacture, probably expensive as hell. By integrating a stealth field based on the phase shifts observed in the hyperwave beacon, this suit makes it extremely difficult for the wearer to be detected in the field. It should be noted the stealth system is only effective when used by a soldier in cover. Use the Albadon. How are you doing? We will be wrapping up pretty soon. I'm actually already an hour over my end time, but it is good to see you again. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it, but let's see what we can do. Ghost Armor is going to cost me a princely 189 credits. So I have a feeling I'm going to use up all my money really quick. Let's save because we've got all our research done. You probably don't want to have to experience that again on Friday.
Incoming transmission.
We are extremely impressed with the progress of the XCOM project thus far, Commander. Your recent results were beyond our expectations, and that is not a statement this council makes lightly.
Cool. So we beat the alien base. We completed a council mission. We shot down a UFO. 17 research projects completed. 2 UFOs rated. We get about 2,000 credits.
We will be in touch, Commander.
I've been okay. And to the person who just messaged me, terribly sorry to hear that. I will tell you what happens in the next little bit. But I do hope you're feeling better soon.
New engineers arrived this morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
Okay, so the first priority is I want to This would put the negative power state. Of course it would. So, we're building a power generator here first. This is going to wind up being a bit wasteful, but there is a plan behind this. Satellite nexus, we don't have enough power, so I'm going to need to wait on that. So before I do anything else, I want all this construction to finish.
Power generator complete.
Okay. So, wrong one. Sorry to do this to you guys, but
Incoming transmission.
We are extremely impressed with the progress of the XCOM project thus far, Commander. Your recent results were beyond our expectations, and that is not a statement this council makes lightly. We will be in...
Power generator complete.
okay, so the reason I want to kill this one is because it's going to get the adjacency bonus.
What the hell?
Sir! Internal systems are shutting down all over HQ!
This is Central. Security status red. Repeat. What have you done? Answer me!
Sir! We're picking up movement near the outer perimeter. Multiple sensors have been tripped. We have a breach!
Hostile forces have infiltrated XCOM headquarters and are moving in with reinforcements. We have to protect the base at all costs. If we don't hold the line here, any hope we had of stopping this invasion will be lost.
I think that's a good spot to end it there. The invaders have infiltrated XCOM in unknown numbers. Limited reinforcements, including XCOM-based security personnel, are available. Failure will mean the end of XCOM. Defend our base by any necessary means. If all soldiers in the combat are killed, XCOM HQ will fall. And we will do that mission on Friday. So thank you everybody for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. I am a huge fan of this game. And we'll see if we can finish it off on Friday. I don't know if we can. But there's two people I want to let you know about. We're going to raid Kilgore Trout because he was so nice to stop by earlier today. But what I do also want to let you know about is Kaylee Cakes. So Kaylee Cakes is currently playing This War of Mine, which is a game I'm very fond of, and she is sort of building up her community again after being away from Twitch for a little while. So if you guys would prefer a contemporary game, I definitely recommend her. And what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to send you off to Kilgore Trout, who's currently playing Hex, Heresy of the Wizard. He's the guy who stopped by earlier. I would be remiss not to send you guys off to him after giving him a shout out like that. He's a really great guy. But again, I know it's not for everyone. So what I'm going to do, as much as I don't like this, I am going to use the Twitch raid command. Have a good night, System Shock. You're going to play your own games now. Have a great one, Beta Zaya. Thanks a lot for hanging out. And everybody who did hang out tonight. It means a lot. I really do enjoy casting for you guys. So we'll be back Friday. I don't know if we'll finish XCOM, but we'll definitely make some new progress. I've never gone past the UFO defense mission, or the XCOM defense mission, so it's going to be all new stuff for us. But yeah, we're hosting Kilgore Trout. I'd love it if you guys would come along. You can click the button at the top there to join the raid. Our usual message when we go into Kilgore's chat is we're tired of system talk, heard this place was better. It means a lot to me when you guys come along. I do try to pick people who I think are good casters, people who you'll have some fun with. Obviously, it's not always a 100% connection, but I definitely do my best. I will remind you guys, I've been sort of alluding to it during on Twitter, but there will be some special stuff that starts on Monday, and it's going to be multiple days. So I will leave it to your imaginations. I might, if XCOM takes me, I will maybe try to do another cast on the weekend. We'll see if we can get by with that, but we'll definitely do more XCOM on Friday, and then Monday we're going to do something totally new, and I think you guys will have fun with it. Anyways, off to Kilgore's.